Today I want to walk through one of the most important parts of selling cash secured puts, and that is how to manage the trade after you enter it. Because in my opinion, this is where a lot of people get tripped up. Selling the put is the easy part. Managing it correctly is where the real decision making starts. So in this video, I want to show you how I think about 3 ways that I use for practical choices. When I close a trade early, when I'm perfectly fine taking assignment, and when I would consider rolling that trade forward. Just a quick reminder before we begin, this video is for educational and informational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Anytime you're dealing with investing or options, make sure you do your own research and make your own decisions. Once a cash secured put is on, there are really only a few decisions the trade can go from a management standpoint. At some point, you're going to have to make a decision. Am I going to take profit and close this out? Am I going to take assignment because I still want the shares? Or is this a situation where it makes sense to roll out the position because the trade has come under some pressure? And that's where the game is. I'm not overcomplicating this, not getting emotional. You just make good decisions based on where the trade stands right now. My framework on this is actually quite simple. If I'm nicely up on a trade early, I'll usually lean towards closing it and taking the win. And if the stock comes down and I still want to own the shares, I'm often perfectly fine taking assignment. And if the stock comes under real pressure, but I'm still bullish and I still want to improve this trade, I might consider rolling it. So for me, it really comes down to this. Is taking profit the smartest move? Is owning the shares the better move? Or does rolling it genuinely make the trade better? If the answer is not clear, don't force it. A lot of the time, my favorite outcome is very simple. The put works quickly, I get a nice profit, and I close it. I don't need to sit there and try to squeeze every last possible dollar out of this contract. If the market gives me a good chunk of premium in a short period of time, I'm usually happy with taking that result and moving on. That keeps the process cleaner. It keeps my decision making cleaner. And honestly, it also keeps me from overstaying trades that have already done most of the move. One of my bigger rules is that if I'm up around 50% pretty quickly, I seriously consider taking that money. Now, it doesn't mean you have to take every single trade and close it at exactly 50%. What it means is I respect fast profits. If I sold a put to collect premium and that sold portion of the premium showed up early, I don't think it to be a bad move to move quickly on that trade and to close it early. I don't have to wait till expiration to close that trade out to get the last few dollars out of it. Sometimes the smartest move is just take the quick win, protect the results, free up your cash for the next opportunity. Which leads me to the next big decision of that capital efficiency. When you sell a cash secured put, your money is being tied up by the bank, and that's an obligation. So if I have already made most of my money from that trade, I would often rather get that capital back and make it available for a better trade instead of letting it just sit there for an extra couple bucks. That flexibility really matters, especially if you're trading in an account where the cash is limited or like a better setup shows up somewhere else. In my mind, capital tied up unnecessarily is opportunity lost. Now here's a real example of exactly what I mean. So I opened up an NFLU cash secured put for about $1.89 in credit. Later, I closed that same position out for about 8 cents. So I captured roughly 95% of the available profit. At that point, I was not interested in hanging around just to squeeze out the last few pennies. So I chose to close it early, lock in the gain, and I freed up that capital inside my Roth IRA cash account so that I can have that money be utilized somewhere else. And to me, that's the practical lesson. If the trade already paid you extremely well, Don't reduce your flexibility just to chase a few extra bucks. Now let's talk about assignment, because this is where a lot of new traders think something has gone wrong. I don't look at assignment that way at all. If I sell a cash secured put on a stock I actually wanted to own, which by the way is one of the criteria of doing this, then assignment is not some kind of disaster. It's not failure. It's just simply part of the outcome of the trade. And if the company that you're in shows that is continually bullish and it's something that you still want and you want to continue holding it, then assignment is actually what we want here. For me, taking assignment makes more sense when you're sticking to the original reason that you got into the trade in the first place. I still want the stock. I still believe in the company. I'm still comfortable owning shares at this level that I chose. So the answer is, if the answer is yes to any of those, then I do not feel like I need to fight assignment just because my stock came down into my strike. In fact, if I wanted to own the stock all along, assignment may actually put me in a better position to move into the next phase of the strategy, which could be selling covered calls or just riding the train up. So again, assignment is not automatically a problem. Sometimes it's just the trade continuing on to its next stage. Now, rolling is where people can get themselves into a little bit of trouble if they're not careful, because rolling can be useful, but it's never to become an automatic habit. I don't want to roll just because I'm uncomfortable, and I don't want to roll because I fear assignment. I definitely don't want to roll just to delay a decision I should probably have already been making. Rolling should be a tool, a very specific tool. And it's not about making, or it's only about making the trade better. If you can't make the trade better, then rolling, in my opinion, is not the right decision. There are really three things I want to be in place before I consider rolling a cash secured put. First, the trade has to be under real pressure, not imaginary pressure, not me overreacting, real pressure. Second, I still need to be bullish on the stock. If my view has changed, I no longer want the company, then rolling usually is the wrong move for me. Third, the roll has to actually improve the position in some meaningful way. If those three conditions are not met, then I'm usually better off taking the assignment or just closing the trade and moving on. Every once in a while, taking the L is better than trying to fix it. If I do decide to roll, I want the roll to improve the structure of the trade. For me, that usually means rolling down and out. So you roll down in price and out in time, and always for a credit. Down means I'm moving it low to a lower strike. Out means I'm giving it more time to work. And that credit is what I'm shooting for. I'm looking to bring additional premium for making that adjustment. That matters to me a lot because I don't want to roll for a debit. I won't roll for a debit, period. If I have to pay to extend a trade that is already giving me trouble, then that's usually a sign that I should not try to improve this position anyways, and honestly, just get out. There are a few situations where I do not want to roll. I don't want to roll just to avoid assignment if I should probably be taking those shares anyways. I don't want to roll if I'm no longer bullish on the stock because then I'm just extending exposure to something I don't even really want. And I absolutely don't want to roll if I have to roll it out for a debit. There's no way that makes sense to make a position worse than I'm already in. That's not management. That's just dragging out the trade. Sometimes traders roll because it feels like they're doing something productive, but activity is not the same thing as improvement. If the roll doesn't make sense for the trade to be better, then for me, it's the wrong move, and I just get out. So if I take a step back and simply look at the whole process, this is really how I think about managing a cash secured put. If the trade works quickly and I'm up nicely early, then I usually lean towards closing it. Why? Because I like taking that solid profit when it comes fast. And I like freeing up my capital so I could stay flexible for the next opportunity. If the stock comes down and I still want to own it, then I'm often perfectly taking assignment. That's especially true in businesses that I actually like. I still believe in the setup, or I still feel like owning it is the right price at that price is the right thing. And if there's a third path, which is rolling, but rolling only enters the picture if it's under pressure, real pressure, I still want to be involved, and the roll can make a actual improvement in the trade, and it's always for a credit. So the framework is not complicated. Take the profit when the trade has paid you well. Take assignment if owning the stock makes sense, and roll only when it genuinely improves the trade. That's the practical decision tree. And at the end of the day, managing cash secured puts is really about being intentional. It's not about ego, it's not about proving we're right, and it's definitely not about squeezing every last dollar out of every last trade. Sometimes the best move is just to close the position, book the win, and move on. Sometimes the best move is taking assignment because you still want to own the shares. The trade is doing exactly what we allowed it to do. And sometimes the best move is a roll, but only when the roll can improve your situation. That is the key point I want people to understand. Closing early is not a weakness. Assignment is not a failure, and rolling is not something you should do by default. Each one of these is just a tool, and your job is to use the right tool at the right time. If you can do that consistently, you will manage these trades with a lot more confidence and a lot more discipline. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical trade walkthroughs, strategies, videos, and investing education. Thanks for watching.